everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see by the title, I am going to be sharing with you how I edit my videos. So I was just looking at other videos and videos that I've done in the past, and this type of video that I've always done has always gone down really well. And because I've changed my not too much, but I've changed what I do, how I edit quite a bit, I thought I would just do kind of an updated how I edit my videos video. So I do have a notebook with everything that I'm going to talk about in it, just to keep the order. So if I keep looking down, that's just what I'm looking at. If you don't know, I actually edit all of my videos with iMovie, so I absolutely cannot afford to spend £300 on Final Cut Pro as much as I would like to. At the moment, iMovie works perfectly fine for me. I can do everything that I need to do with it, and then if I want to do something extra, I usually manage to figure out a way that I can do it with iMovie. So there's also another app that I use, well, kind of two other apps. I think they're pretty much the same, branded, because it uses all the same sort of features. So there's Font and Fonto. So Fonto I use for, Fonto, is it called Fonto, or is it, no, it's Fonto. Fonto I use for adding text into my videos and making my thumbnails, or just adding any sort of text pictures. Font I use it for adding text to videos and then putting them in, or if it was for green screen, vice versa, but I will get into that. But those are sort of the three main apps that I use to edit my videos. Just also to go over the very beginning of adding clips to iMovie, it's really simple. What I prefer to do personally is I will put the SD card into my laptop, and then I will import them onto my desktop, and then I just drag them into iMovie, because I find that if I import them from inside the iMovie library, when I've done that before, it hasn't let me export the video anywhere. It didn't let me upload it to YouTube. I couldn't even copy it and redo it, so I had to re-edit the whole video, and it really annoyed me. So I'm not going to risk doing that again. I don't know what it is, why it does that, but I just prefer to drag them straight from the desktop straight into iMovie, and then you can move them around and organize them in whatever way you want to put them. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the basics, sort of raw editing, cutting and splitting, and then also changing the speed of the video that you've got in. So I do actually have iMovie up as well, just because then I can reference exactly which buttons I press, because I will also put a video of me doing it on the screen, but obviously I'm talking through it, and I wanted to do this type of video rather than a voiceover. To basically raw edit it and split the clips, it's very, very simple. So you're going to want to hover over the whatever clip you want to split. I usually double tap it, or tap it on the MacBook. I tap the pad with 2 fingers, and then it comes up with a list of loads of different things that you can do to it, and then I just hit split clip, and it will split it in half of wherever you've hovered the kind of cursor of where you want to split it. And if you wanted to get rid of the clip that you're splitting, so say we're splitting it to get rid of something that you didn't like, I would click on that clip, and then I just literally press the backspace button on my keyboard. You can also highlight it and cut the clip, doing the same way that you split the clip if you want to, but I just find it easier because then I'm just using the mainly buttons on my keyboard. And also, just to basically stop and start the clips, I always use the space bar. It just works out so much easier. Then to change the speed of the clip, so if you want to speed them up or slow them down, it's pretty much the same. So you would click on it again, and you can, this time it doesn't matter where you have the cursor, because you're not trying to split the clip in a specific place. If you just click on the clip that you want to either speed up or slow down, and then you'll get that little list come up again, the same one that had the split clip list, and it will have something that says show speed editor. If you click on that, it will come up with a little bar above the clip, so you can either drag that forward. I think a rabbit picture comes up, and that means it's go faster, and then slower, I think there might be a tortoise or something. It's just that kind of thing, and that's basically how I would speed up and slow down my clips, and also how I basically just split cut them and delete them and stuff like that. So that's kind of the raw basics of how a video would get put together. Next, I'm going to show you how I would do this. Cue zooming in effects now. And I'm also going to show you how you could do this. So either make it black and white, or put a different filter on it, or voice filter on it, or something similar to that. So First of all, to do the zoom effect, it's all about the Ken Burns. I don't know why they're called this. I don't know if it's just like named after a person, but it's kind of weird. But if I wanted to just straight up go from being out and then suddenly zooming in, you could split the clip and then split the clip in half that you're doing it with, and the bit that you want zoomed in you can crop it down, and then so it will be close to your face and it will cut from being out to in. If you wanted to gradually go from in to out like a zoom thing, that's when it's to do with the Ken Burns effect. So you'd click on the clip that you wanted to do the Ken Burns on, and then there's like a little it looks like a little square box, and if you hover over it, it says cropping little thing. If you click on that and then click on Ken Burns, it basically has two little boxes that say start and end, and basically where you highlight it to start and where you end is basically where it's going to start and end. So if you want it to start from the normal frame, I drag the box all the way out so it's like all around the border. Then if you wanted to gradually zoom in like closer to my face, I'll crop it like closer to my face, and that's basically just how you would do that, and you can change it up to however you would want to put it. Then for effects like changing it black and white and stuff like that, these aren't things that I really use very often, but I thought I would just mention it just because I know how you would do it. So there is a colour palette option. It looks like a little artist palette in the iMovie like the toolbar. It is called colour correction, so this is where you can change like effects like shadows and stuff like that if you need to adjust it. I rarely do this because I just rather do it on my camera. But then there also is one that's like a 3 circle, and it says, if you hover over it, it says clip, filter and audio effects. If you click on that and then click on clip filter, it will say none at first. Then you can choose any of the filters and just stick them over it, and it will change them. And then the same with audio effect. You basically go over it, hover over it, and you can change the audio of any of them at any point. So then the next thing I'm going to go on to is probably something that people may be most curious about, and it's how I add my text to my videos and like how I use green screens. The reason that I use green screens for text is because I don't like how the text comes up when you do it for the iMovie. I just don't think it looks as good, and doing it with a green screen you can kind of choose whatever font you want. So this is where the app Fonto comes in. So literally in my camera roll I always have a screenshot. I can show you right now in my camera roll I've just got a picture of a plain green like block, and basically just like this is sitting in my camera roll ready to be used. I have got it favorited so that I can just easily find it. But that sits in my camera all the time because that's what I use, and to find that I literally searched up on Google green screen background, and I took it and I cropped it so it was just the green bit, and now I've got it in my camera all ready to use. So it's pretty simple to create the green screen. So I'll upload that green bit into Fonto, and then you can put whatever text you want over it in any position. Usually if I'm trying to put the text like at the bottom or like at the top, I'll like do that in the green screen just because I'm not entirely sure how to like move it around once I've put that in. So I do try and put it like where I would want it on the video roughly, and then that seems to work out okay. So you can basically put emojis, whatever colours you want. You can also do this with pictures as well. If you don't want to like add your pictures in a different way, you can put pictures like on a green screen background and then add that onto it and green screen it. So once you've added like all your text and stuff, what I do is I save it and then I airdrop it to my MacBook just because it's a lot easier, and then it will end up on my desktop, and at that point I'll drag it into iMovie and I'll drag it on top of all of the other clips, and it will actually take up the whole screen for now. But then if you click on the clip, so if you click on the green clip, a new little box will come up. It kind of looks like 2 little squares, and it's called like video overlay settings or something like that. And then you want to click the option that says green screen, and then this will take all of the green away. I forgot to mention, you can't do green text, because if you do green text it will take it out as if it's a green screen. So that is the only downfall, but I don't really know when you'd want green text. I guess you could do like a darker green probably, but just don't do it the same like standard green as the green screen, like bright green background, because I'm sure it will probably take it away and then you won't be left with any text, which is probably fairly straightforward, but just in case anyone's not really aware. Then something that's sort of similar that I'm going to go on to is adding like pics and videos to the screen. So if I wanted to add my subscribe button like this here, or my Instagram plug, or like I like to put a picture, I'll put it here. I'm going to show you how I would do that. So you can do that with the green screen, absolutely can. It'll just do it the same way as like you did with the text, but I just prefer doing it this way because then I can like move around where I want to put it. So I basically, for my little like YouTube button, I actually took a screen recording of me tapping on it and doing it, and then in my camera roll I cropped it using that to make it the right size, and then I airdropped it to my MacBook, and then I dragged it again on top of like where you would put the green screen bit, on top of the clip that I wanted it in. And then again, like the green screen, you're going to click the like double box thing that's like video overlay effects, and then you're going to click picture in picture, and this will kind of make it smaller. So you have to go like into the Ken Burns, I think it is, and make sure that it's like the box is filling the whole screen, otherwise it will like crop out a bit of whatever you're trying to add in. And then you can basically move it around and put it wherever you like on the screen. And then this is exactly the same how I would do the Instagram like handle one as well. Sometimes I just use a picture, sometimes I use a video. It's just whatever I've got really. Also try and make sure to put the dissolve on 0, otherwise it does kind of fade in and out, but obviously if you want that you can have that, but usually I just like it to pop up straight away. Finally, I'm going to be talking about audio and voiceovers. So this is really simple. So first of all, how I would do a voiceover. So basically when you go into iMovie, and you can click on a clip, and then next to like the viewing bit there is a little microphone, and you click on that, and then you just press the red button to record. What I normally like to do is plug in headphones, and then I'll use a little microphone and speak through that, just because I don't have a proper microphone and it just makes it so much louder. I do usually end up increasing the volume of clips, which I'm going to show you how to do now anyway, just because then you can hear me more clearly. So you can just click on the clip, and then I like to use a little volume button that comes up at the top, and you can either slide it down if you want it quieter, or slide it up if you want it to be louder. And also if you've got background music as well, you can click to lower the volume of other clips, and then your voice will stand out a bit more. How I change the sound like on any of my clips. And now how I add general audio. So I'm first going to share with you where I get my audio from. So I get it from a website called Thematic, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's basically got so many really cool like music and stuff that's royalty free, it won't get copyrighted at all, and you basically just have to give credit to the person who made the music in your description box. So mine normally download into my Apple Music on my laptop, so then I will take that and it will pop up like in the iMovie section. So if it doesn't pop up straight away, then you can exit iMovie and go back into it and it should come. So iMovie have like an audio section, and if you click iTunes then it will like come up. It should be listed on there once you've downloaded it. If you've downloaded it like into Apple Music, then it should come up. And then obviously on the Thematic thing, you should create an account, because then all the previous music you've used like gets saved, and they give you a link, and if you just click on it, and then it just automatically gets copied, and then you can put it into your description. That's basically all you have to make sure that you remember to do, because obviously these people have made the music and they do want credit, but they're also just letting you use it for free. And then if I wanted to add little clips and sound effects, most of these I literally just get off iMovie. If I want any like extra effects that iMovie don't have, usually I will screen record them on my phone, send it to my laptop, and then just take out the audio and just use that. But to add audio from iMovie, it's really straightforward. So you just click the audio button, go onto sound effects, find the effect that you want, and then drag it in, and you can to where you want to, and you can split it and cut it and put it wherever you want, and that's basically how you would add those in. Super simple. So I really hope this video was useful and that you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next Saturday for a brand new video.